It's January survival, starting with the money. Bruce Sellery is here from MoneySense magazine. Happy New Year. Looking beautiful as always.
You know, it's
So
easy for dudes. We just throw on a suit. That's all that's required.
You know what? It's getting harder and harder for you dudes, is what I
They're
would say.
raising the bar. Completely unacceptable. I will work to lower the bar. Lower the bar.
Get it back down
Yeah,
there.
lower it back down.
So I was talking to the audience earlier, and I was like, who's broke? And hands went up.
Yeah.
Because you know the holidays, it wipes people out. If you're, you're buying gifts and everything. Let's get us back on track in a way that's going to be easy, painless. What do you suggest?
That's kind of my number. Easy,
That's
painless.
what you do.
And we begin with focusing on what you can control.
Right.
Because you cannot control the weather. You cannot control the bills that will flood in. You can't even control your feelings about the weather and the bills that are coming in. But you can control how you're organized. And that's a great thing to do in January when it's like, you can't immediately cut your spending or increase your income, but you can get your affairs in order.
Okay.
So that's where I want to begin, and I have two principles.
Okay.
Number one, simplicity. Simplicity. Some of these get organized with your money things, I actually cackle out loud when I read about them. Like, I am never doing that. Never in a million years
It's too
would
hard
I do
and
that.
tedious,
yeah,
right?
I'm not doing that. So simplicity, and second, make saving easy and spending hard.
So how do you do that? How do you make saving easy? I mean, making spending hard, stay out of the malls, I guess.
Yeah, stay out of the malls is one big way. And saving easy, there's a real automation that can happen on that front, which we'll talk about. But where I would start is looking at the paper flow or email flow, because every single bill follows the same path. It arrives either email or snail mail, and then it sits. Who's kidding who? I don't pay the bill the day it arrives. No one does that. So it sits somewhere. Yeah. I have, for paper bills, an inbox. They all go there. Because sometimes getting organized is about not putting the bills in with your kid's art project.
So you have an inbox, like an actual box
and
that's just for bills in your kitchen or whatever?
Yeah, you were to look at it, you would think, what is that mess of paper? The bills aren't even opened. It's just this mess of all sorts of stuff. But then it's in one place, it's all in one place. On email, I have a folder called Not Doing Now. I'm not doing that right now. I'm not doing that right now. So instead of it sitting in my inbox and looking and seeing, oh, the gas bill, I should look at my credit, I should look at that. Yeah. I file it immediately in Not Doing Now. So that's the first thing, is the sitting.
But you have to actually go back to that file at some point.
You absolutely do.
It's not doing never.
Yeah,
you have to do
someone
it at
else
some point.
is paying. Magically, it will disappear. Then the third step is reviewing those, right? Because some bills you really need to review. Your credit card, you need to go through that bill line by line, by line. You need to. Your utility bill, you don't really. You look at it and you go, that's about kind of what it is. Your mortgage, it's kind of what it is. Right. But with a credit card, you need to do that. So arrive, sit, review, and then it comes to paying bills.
Okay, so paying the bills.
Yeah.
And you need to make sure they get paid, because I think a lot of times people have the money to pay them, but they're just sitting there. Yeah. They haven't even been opened, because you know it's bad news.
Yeah, almost all of my bills are automatic.
So you automatically take it out of your account.
But that depends on your personality, temperament, and also your cash flow. So my life, our financial life, is built so that we're prepared for that credit card bill and the mortgage and the bills. Other people who are really just trying to make ends meet couldn't automate everything, because then the house would come crashing down, because they need to figure it out. But for a lot of people who are set up to pay the bills over the course of time, they can automate that. So things that can be automatic is your mortgage, your credit card, your utility bills, your RESP, and your RRSP. So you automate as much as you can, but there are some things you don't automate. And for example, your phone and cable bill. Don't automate that.
Why not?
Because that's one that you need to keep on top of. So here's an example. My phone bill arrives, and I look through it, as I do, and I have a new $25 charge on there. So I call them up thinking, oh, they'll just remove that $25 charge. No, some promotion has ended, and I now no longer have the savings that I don't have. So there's a thing that I needed to do, and if it had been automatic, I wouldn't have even thought to call, because it would have just gone right through.
Okay, right. And I guess it makes it a little bit trickier, because let's say you do look through that bill and it went automatically, but now you want that money back. Yeah. It's so much harder to get money back.
It really is.
Right? No one wants to give you your money back. Yeah. So that makes sense to not automate
Here's another thing in terms of the last step. So we've reviewed them, and then they have to get filed somewhere. Yeah. I personally have a file folder for everything. For my personal credit card, for my family credit card, for the phone bill, I have a folder. But Dennis has a basket. Yeah. An enormous wicker basket.
He just throws
One place. everything in one basket, and then around tax time he sorts it all out and files it. He's very organized. But you don't need, it doesn't have to be this pristine, like I went to, you know, the Tupperware store and got this magical system and my labeler and my bedazzler.
Yes.
Just what is it? Some of you are like, I don't need a bedazzler to organize my money. What?
Color coded.
Yeah. No, just too precious for me. Other people, that works for them, hooray for them. But I'm a big fan of simple, simple, simple.
So what are you keeping exactly? Like, are you keeping all of those, the bill, you know, the sort of like the bill receipts, the bill statements?
Yeah.
And why are you keeping all of those? How long do you keep those for?
So credit card bills I keep on a rolling 18 months. So I keep 18 months and then shred what is past that.
Yes.
Anything that's related to your taxes, though, you need to keep for at least 7 years.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I
right?
get the tax stuff.
But
I don't actually keep all those
rolling on other bills that I might want to reference. Even though I know that if I called the credit card company, they could find out, or an online bank statement, they could do that. But I went back to paper on some things.
I get that.
Yeah.
You have to know who you are as a person. For me, I need this hard copy in front of me right here. Because if you send me something via email, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, who knows?
But if there's a hard copy right here, I'm like, oh, I need to pay this.
Exactly.
So
and I found on my credit card, I need a paper bill, my utilities, because it's not so much. So you have to think about your own temperament.
Right.
And it really depends on the behavior that you want. So again, why I want paper on credit cards and phone bills is I want to do something with that. Investment statements, mortgages, I'm not really doing anything with that, so I don't need paper. There's one last thing I want to talk about.
Yeah, go for it.
Your calendar.
Yeah.
My calendar is everything to me. So I put a lot of recurring appointments in my calendar to make sure that I do stuff over the course of the year. They recur every single year. So you know what I do January 1st? My net worth statement. Net worth statement.
You do that? We just did that, actually. It's a good exercise.
I go back all the way to 2001.
Oh, wow.
And I've got the physical, I print it out, so I've got the physical net worth, and it's fascinating to look at. Rebalancing your investments, contributing to your RSP, and for a lot of people, what really is a great idea is a money meeting, a family money meeting. Maybe it's monthly, maybe it's quarterly, but if it's in your calendar, it pops up and you think, at least you think, I'm canceling that, or I'm moving that, but at least you think about it. If it's not in your calendar, then it's not going to happen.
I like that.
I used to put flossing in my calendar.
You know what? It's working. Yeah, they look great.
I did, because I wasn't flossing, and my hygienist was like, "You need to floss."
You
and I
have
said,
to
"Well, I'm
floss.
putting it in my calendar then."
I think that you have to know who you are, and I'm one of those people that would put flossing in my calendar.
Yeah, well,
like if I really need to get it done, then I need a message to pop up and make me do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I love that.
Simple.
Well, to help you get money fit, everyone in the audience is going to take home a copy of the January issue of MoneySense magazine right here. So many great tips.
Lots of great tips.
Really good tips in here. I love it.